Oh god, I can't stop fucking turning. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Blore and Mandalore. I thought I would do this in a park, seeing as though Lego Star Wars has just come out. I don't know if this swinging is going to be fucking annoying, but we'll figure that out. I thought I'd do this in a park because, you know what? A park is for children, and I'm a child. And I just watched the new Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. Now, I can tell you, I fucking I loved this show. I don't know what it was about Lego just being honestly the most nostalgic, most welcoming kind of way to introduce you to a universe and to introduce you to the universe's lore. But I just genuinely thought it was a really well done show. I mean, look, 4 episodes and it was jam-packed with so many little hints and tricks from different parts of every single movie. I honestly felt like it was so inviting to so many different of the amazing aspects of different shows and different movies that we've been able to enjoy for so many years. Look, it's not necessarily going to be something that's going to be smart, okay? It's not like oh, you know, I'm expecting some great things from this. I'm expecting some new lore, and it's going to be cinema, and there's going to be Oscars and Emmys and rah, 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 rah. No. I did write a couple of notes. I gotta fucking get off this thing, and then potentially get down. See, the problem is when you're sitting on a swing for so long, all of the blood rushes down to your feet, and oh my god, brother, does that hurt. Let's see if I can get on. All right, let's whip out the old notes. Should I have had this already sorted? Yeah, I should have. But did I? No. Look, I actually thought that this was... I'm going to start swinging because it's actually kind of fun. I haven't swung on a swing in so fucking long. I don't even think you realize. Maybe because I'm 24 years old. But I would recommend it to so many people. Go down to your regular park and just go swing on a swing, you know? Just swing that thing. That sounded like Hawk Tour. Okay, look, first of all, I just wanted to give kind of like a little bit of an overview, kind of like a statement, if you will. Just basically saying my overall thoughts, opinions, and kind of everything together. I think that Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy is a fun and refreshing way for people to be able to enjoy the Star Wars universe on a medium that is accessible to all different kinds of people. Whether you're a collector of Lego, whether you're a child who's just figuring out what that awesome kind of structure building thing is, well, it's just it's a way for everybody to kind of find fun and enjoy and understand something that is honestly, it's so welcoming as an environment. And you kind of get a lot of callbacks and a lot of different ways in order to find love and joy and maybe possibly see something that you wanted to see and didn't get done. So I guess that is like really fucking big. I guess that's not really a statement so much as like, well, I mean, it was meant to probably be a couple of sentences, but I'm not good at a couple of sentences. I'm one person that talks to the fucking camera for too long. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if you actually genuinely think about this fucking show, what I do, I'm a random guy talking to a camera for just by myself for so long. All right, so look, what I love specifically about this show, about like so much of everything that it was, you know, everything that was shown within all 4 episodes. I'm just gonna kind of bunch all 4 of them together. I love that it was a TV show because it was kind of more accessible, and you definitely show like very clear stoppages and starts. But, you know, it could have been a movie. I feel like that could have been cool, but I just don't know if the attention span of some kids would have been able to withstand that one. So I understand. But look, I thought that this Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy was such a great way to be able to solve complex issues in such a childlike format. You know, the medium of Lego has been, I mean, used and abused on games and TV shows and random little shorts for as long as possible because it's such a fun way to be able to look at things. But this one just Lego gives so much comfortability inherently by being what it is. You know, I mean, everybody's got stories of building Lego with their family or even just building Lego by yourself and just really enjoying it, really enjoying kind of like setting everything up together, the excitement of coming home. And you just have that general nostalgia when you see Lego pieces. And it talks about some seriously, seriously complex issues like the fear of being somebody. That's something that I think a lot of people can relate to. It's the fear of losing that comfortability of just your general everyday life. We see the main character and he's going through this whole show basically just not wanting to grow but growing at the same time as he's trying to avoid it. It's very similar to what I've seen in something like Walter Mitty, well, like The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. And this one felt like the closest that you could possibly get on more of an innocent format. Um, I think a lot of people in everyday life, they struggle with the idea of comfortability and understanding that, things can change and maybe not everything's going to be the same all the time. And you're going to have to kind of get used to that. You're going to have to grow with the time, and well, although it might not be too easy, it's necessary. And I love the way they did this. I love the way they were like, you know what, as a twin myself, I loved seeing both the two characters. When Dev was kind of like that big adventurous, boisterous, like he's going to go out there, he's going to do anything and everything, and he wants to conquer the galaxy, and he wants to get off this planet because it's so quiet and so boring, I definitely resonate with him in that one. I mean, Australia is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. It's an amazing place to live, but it's a cool place to live. It's not a cool place to adventure. You know what I mean? It's very quiet. Like I want to go into the mountains. I want to go run around. Anyway, look, beyond the point, beyond me and my fucking history. I loved the comparison between the two. When you see Dev really pushing the main character, I genuinely do forget his name. And I was saying it right before, but again, I think I was wrong. Anyways, look, I love the way he pushed him and kind of forced him into this uncomfortable zone. And it was, it was kind of at the same time sad. We get this shot of when Dev is down there at the party and the main character's up there in the apartment and Dev's talking to his dream girl and like the main character's dream girl and he's just there with the gonk droid. And it's just, I mean, talk about the start of some serious character building in a show that was 25-minute episodes, four episodes. Like, I've genuinely never resonated more with a TV show that's Star Wars. Like, I've always tried to find things that you can pick out of any show to be able to deal with, your everyday life. I feel like Kung Fu Panda is definitely one of those. Definitely one of those movies that you can take a lot because it is definitely a mirror to real life. And this one's no different. This one's no different. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the whole time seeing him grow and, forcing away, just going, I don't want this. I don't want to be this person. I'm not this guy. And then slowly actually becoming that guy, becoming the dude that he always was afraid of becoming, who he always thought that Dev just perfectly filled that role. And when Dev was gone, well, he kind of had to fill the shoes, which, I mean, that's fucking wild. Think about your regular everyday life, right? You're going out and you're doing your regular schmegular every day, like 9 to 5. Okay, if you're an adult, or you're going to say you're a kid, you're going to school, and you come home and you move an old book that you've had in the attic for what? As long as you've been around, as long as you've known that book to be there, it's been there. And then everything changes. All of your family members completely fucking disappear. Nothing that you know exists anymore. All of these stories that you've completely held onto, all of these amazing lives that you've lived through other people, and then everyone forgets you. Nobody knows who the fuck you are. You're stuck there with your pet, and then you're just living in an alternate galaxy where everybody knows who they are and they've lived their lives, but you've never seen anything of it. And you're just kind of like, it's like seeing your mum after losing everything in your galaxy and her going, who are you? Like, oh my God, like imagine losing your brother like that. I mean, personally, my brother, I mean, he smells really bad. You should fucking, oh my God, he rips farts in his room. For any girl that's looking for a single guy and they look at him and they go, oh wow, hey, that's a pretty good fucking idea. He's a handsome dude. He's a bodybuilder. He likes One Piece, which is voted the best manga in Japan, actually. And then fucking, oh my God. And then you walk into his room at night because he farts in his sleep, and man, God damn. Like, I could definitely forget about that if I went into a different world. No. Anyways, I think that's generally about this show. I've really liked. I've really enjoyed kind of seeing them attack these larger than life ideas, and in such a fun way, in such an awesome medium that I would love to see more. I know it says one season, it doesn't say series finale or anything like that, or just like a limited series. I think they're going to be doing more, and I hope they do more with some of the characters that are there. Like, they kind of pushed Jar Jar Binks, like Darth Jar Jar, as someone who's going to be bigger than what he really was in the end. Which, I understand. Everybody wants to see Darth Jar Jar, and everybody had that whole opinion. Like, oh, Jar Jar could work. I remember, like, George Lucas, I think he mentioned that after some fan made a theory about everything, that, whoa, that was fucking close. I think after, fan made like a big theory about everything, George Lucas goes, actually, yeah, that's kind of like what I was gearing up to, and then everybody hated Jar Jar, so go fuck yourself. I think they really pushed Darth Jar Jar. I gotta say, out of all of the characters that I saw bring in there, that they did like ultimately the opposite versions, I loved Maul. I mean, I thought Maul, it was just like such a cool way to kind of like bring in. I mean, obviously, if everything's going to be completely the opposite, then you needed someone like Maul, who is so constantly filled with hatred and anger and greed and lust. No, that's just for me. And, seeing someone like that kind of turn into this dude that's just like, fucking, oh, I'm Maul, he's just like some super gay dude. Like, I thought that was really funny. Like, I actually really enjoyed that. Like, basically him going, no, Maul is like the worst guy in the world. He's the worst on this planet. Like, don't even try, And then, and he's like, oh, well, you asked me to help you find the rebellion. I did, and you were gone. Like, come on. I love it. I actually love it. Darth Ray was really, really cool. I really hope they actually explore more of her in real, like in live action stuff, real life stuff. I was about to fucking say real life stuff, but that doesn't fucking exist. Nothing in Star Wars exists in real life that we know of. No, it's, I like Darth Ray. I really like Darth Ray, and I liked how they added her as kind of like the second banana in all of the TV shows, because that character itself was that foldable lightsaber. I did a lightsaber video and I talked about that actually being one of my favorite lightsabers, and kind of like how they added in. They nerfed her so hard. I mean, not a scruffy nerf herder, but they nerfed her so hard. But again, what the fuck are you gonna do? Are you gonna make it completely canon? No, you're not. So I like the addition. I lost my pen. Speaking of the characters, I guess I'll go into. I've got a lot of characters kind of like building up here. I mean, holy shit, Darth Vader from the Infinities when he's like Jedi Vader, completely white. Fucking love that. Love that. The yin and yang, or yin and yang, however you want to say it. I believe it's actually yin and yang. So anyone else who says something wrong or says the other one, go fuck yourself. You're wrong. No, I love Infinities Vader. I've always loved Infinities Vader. I actually just missed out on getting a 6-inch figure of Infinities Vader. I keep on saying Infinities Vader. Do a shot every time I say Infinities Vader. No, I missed out on a figurine, like a 6-inch one, mainly because I was trying to. I mean, I'm a TVC collector, and that was a Black Series, but like it's so cool. I love the opposite idea of that one, and kind of like seeing Vader as a force for good, and also just kind of seeing him as a little bit of a goofball, especially after James Earl Jones had passed away, and seeing Vader in that kind of acting like a good guy and acting really fun and kind of, it was a little bit heartwarming. I mean, I didn't have any manly tears, but I mean, it gave me goosebumps for sure. I mean, fuck, James Earl Jones, dude. What a guy. What an absolute weapon. I mean, he literally created my childhood. He created one of the most incredible characters in the world. He made it. I mean, him and David Prowse, nothing would have been the same without it. They've created the best villain of all time. Of all time. But seeing him as like a good guy, that was so much fun. Palpatine, that was fucking funny. I didn't actually expect that at all. I really wasn't expecting to see Palpatine as that kind of like all-knowing good guy, but he was like a little bit timid, which I thought was actually kind of a really interesting way to do it. I mean, it was just a really light-hearted kind of comedy, and then fucking Jedi Jabba the Hutt. Like, okay, but then when I see this, right, if it's completely the opposite, yeah, I thought about this. I didn't write it down, but I thought about this while I was watching. If it's completely the opposite and there is a Jedi Jabba the Hutt, that means that Jabba the Hutt in real life, not real life, fuck, I keep on doing this. Jabba the Hutt in like Star Wars canon can use the Force. Maybe he uses it for the bad side. I mean, he's not a fucking good guy, so I would assume it'd be for the bad side. But, I mean, like, that was kind of something that was interesting to me, to see how they would do that and kind of, like, how they would grow that. Next one. Oh, my God. I got to tell you, my favorite droid of all time. I will admit that. My favorite droid of all time is the Gonk droid from Rebuild the Galaxy. I have to. If there is a set where I can get the Gonk droid, besides I think it's the Dark Falcon set. I don't know if it does include the Gonk droid, but I think that'd be such a cool way to get that one, because I mean, everybody knows I've done like my favorite droids. I love Gonk droids, and this guy was so fucking funny, and he's Aussie. He's an Aussie Gonk droid. They basically I mean, you've probably seen it if you're watching this, but if you haven't, like they basically, no spoilers, they make the droid be able to talk. That was just something that I don't know how the hell they did it. It was like, connect a couple of pieces, then, oh, hi, mate. Oh, fucking so funny. Like, I was actually pissing myself laughing. Okay. Well, I mean, look, there's really no other characters that I was like, oh, wow, that's really, really cool. I mean, other than Luke Skywalker, of course, but I kind of want to talk about that in general. I think that was just like a funny concept. But out of like all of the smaller characters, I mean, yeah, cool. Kit Fisto was there, like Darth Kit Fisto, I guess, and like a bunch of different other characters that we got to see. And I mean, it's cool. It's cool. I just really enjoyed it. But let's talk about Mark Hamill. Let's talk about like what the fuck he did that I thought was so fucking funny. He basically just shat on, or he at least got to say what he fucking thought about Episode 8 and his portrayal in the sequels. I mean, he got to just absolutely shit on these fucking dudes and like basically shit on Disney, but Disney was creating it at the same time. So I mean, I think like tapping into that angry Mark Hamill. I mean, it was such even if they did that, I actually, like, I genuinely, I wanted to kind of just put that out there and be like, that way of kind of making Luke Skywalker as like I didn't give up on the galaxy, like I still do things to kind of like be be a part of it, and I'm on Tatooine and like it's all cool, but it's I'm just not about that life anymore. And I feel like that actually would have been such a cool way to be able to do it. They did it in such like a harsh, I hate the world, I hate life, I'm not a Jedi, like rah, 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 rah. It's it just it wasn't. I feel like they did this on purpose to be able to show us, hey, this is what should have happened. I think Mark Hamill maybe would have kind of touched on that a little bit. Like, if we were going to go down that path, yeah, this is how it should have happened. And I really enjoyed it. Again, it's like fucking Lego, man. It's such a beautiful medium to be able to explore what we already know on these amazing characters and kind of build on it and build on our understanding and our love and all that kind of jazz, You like jazz? I just it was really cool. I mean, and so unbelievably nostalgic. Like, watching them be the Jedi builders and build the Clone Wars style ships and, ATST legs on the, like, it's, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Pod racing on the Moss Eisley Marina Cantina. Like, fucking funny, It's the Dune Sea, but it's now just a sea. So I'd be interested to see what Beyond the Dune Sea actually says about this one. I think by the time that this episode's out, yeah, his episode would be out. So, their episode, sorry. So I'm keen to see what they think, that if they make a comment about that it's literally a sea. They should change their name to Beyond the Sea. Or maybe not. That kind of doesn't sound anywhere near as good. Jedi Bob. So if anyone of you know, Jedi Bob is basically, he's a Jedi character that Lego has been doing for fucking since the birth of Lego Star Wars. They've been doing Jedi Bob. Now, there's a lot of things that I love about Jedi Bob. I love that they showed him losing his universe and becoming a part of the main canon universe that we know, and then switching it up even further. But to show that he is actually a part of it all or he kind of created it all because he fucked up so much. I love it. I really, really love it. I love Jedi Bob. I hope that they do more with him. I also really like that with the Lego, it's the small things. It's absolutely the small things when it comes to animation. But, with a Lego piece, you wouldn't get a grey beard. You would get slightly rubbed off because people have been using it too much, or, and the kind of paint's rubbing off in certain areas. So his beard is kind of just rubbed off slightly with paint. It was one of my favorite little touches of such a stupid kids show that was so in depth. I love it. That's the kind of stuff that I would 100% want to see more of. 100%. Give me more Lego Star Wars or Rebuild the Galaxy. Absolutely. I think I've got some more. Yeah, I talked about all that. Yes. Oh, yeah. So, I'll finish it up because I just don't want to repeat myself anymore. But I'll finish up with my favorite quote, and then I'll go into fan segment. My favorite quote from this whole TV show was from General Grievous, and so they were in the camp, and he's like, "My fury is beyond measure. Measure it, I dare you." I was crying with laughter. I have no idea why. Lego General Grievous, man, I fucking love you, bro. I love you. That was my favorite line out of all 4 episodes. Now, by the way, I was watching this at night. I was kind of delirious. I was a little bit tired, and just watching that, I was fucking I paused it because I was just crying with laughter. It was the delivery and everything. I don't, just because of copyright, I won't be able to put it up here. But, hopefully I can make a shorter an Instagram reel with something like that, because it was so fucking funny. So funny. Okay, let's go into the fan segment. So, I don't really actually know how long this episode's going to go for, but it's been kind of fun. Okay, so basically with this one, I just said thoughts, opinions, good, bad. Just tell me, is this kind of something that you want to see? Now, I did put diving into the Lego universe with Rebuild the Galaxy, and I think a lot of people kind of gave me their Lego opinions, aka my fucking girlfriend. And I know that I write everyone's down because I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for everyone. I love keeping track of all of these. I used to just screenshot it and then kind of read it out on my phone. It means the world to me that all of you guys comment, and it actually really does. It really does. It makes every episode for me so special. So from Darth Christensen 17, he said, I loved it, especially seeing Vader in the white suit, Jedi Palpatine, and the Landalorian. I should have fucking talked about the Landalorian. Dude, I am so with you. When I saw the Mando on there, I was like, oh my god, he's going to be evil. And then Lando came out. So, I mean, I was more than happy. I was more than happy with that one. I actually thought that was so funny. And maybe we'll get to see Grogu kind of talking potentially in the second season. It was definitely kind of hey, look at this. This is going to be season 2. 100% with you. That White Vader, so sick. Star Wars Nerd 00, he says, now this was a two-parter that I just kind of combined into one. I love seeing Mark Hamill making fun of Luke's story from Episode 8 and Darth Jar Jar. Dude, I mean, look, as someone like you who is a massive sequel hater, I fucking knew. I went the moment he said something about how much he hates, that's not what I would do, blah, blah, blah. I knew you would just be fucking rolling around laughing. It was... I hope you agree with me. I feel like even if they did it that way, it would have been so much better. It was a better way to touch it. My brother, Patrick Bloor, says games are the GOAT. Now, I'm not going to fucking make fun of anyone here, mainly because it was my brother and my girlfriend. But I mean, I would make fun of my brother and my girlfriend any day. But I feel like it's such a cool point to point out. I did in my previous episode, I talked about how I played Lego Star Wars all the time and it was so nostalgic. I love it. I wish they would. I at least I hope they do. I hope they add a Rebuild the Galaxy game. I feel like that would be so much fun. Genuinely so much fun. I love that even when he's like, I need to build a ship, and it's and it was exactly the way you would build all of the gold bricks in Lego Star Wars. Again, nostalgia, man. Nostalgia. Tia Galnos says, Lego needs to be cheaper, but it's fucking fun to build. Feels, bitch. Feels. We actually need to do a date night. If you're watching this, we need to do a date night building Lego. That'd be actually kind of cute. And maybe kiss or something. And finally, and I feel like this is the most beautiful touch, wrap up the episode with Beyond the Dune Seas comment. The goats, the guys who started this whole channel for me. I love you guys so much. Delightful little series and a nice subtle meta narrative on the Star Wars as a whole. Couldn't agree with you more. Could not agree with you more. Go check out Beyond the Dune Seas video. It should be out by the time this video is out. And go check out my interview that I did with Star Wars 66. We talked about my experience in Japan and being a Star Wars fan. I know I did a small video on this channel, but we went into depth, baby. Preparing for Star Wars Celebration in Japan coming up next year. Super keen, super excited. I love you all. Thank you so much for responding on the fan segments. I didn't actually expect much of an audience. So you guys are just incredible. Love you all. Take care. And I'll see you in the next one. I'm not going to try to swing because all the blood's gone down to my feet. You can see they're kind of red. It's going to be so painful to get off this. I love you. Bye. Ugh.